Hi, my name is Murat Özbilgi. I'm a destination marketing professional from Istanbul with over 10 years of experience in content marketing. I have worked for many years as a content creator in our own platforms and also helping brands and DMOs in their marketing processes. Thank you for listening to my short presentation today. There will be a lot of experts here in the Central Asia Trade Forum talking about the travel industry, and I'm sure one of the top topics will be COVID-19 and its impact on the travel market today. One of the topics I'm guessing will be how to recover from the current situation of COVID-19 pandemics. I believe my best contribution to the experience you have today in the convention will be sharing my point of view on the role of destination marketing with the use of content in this recovery process. So let me share my screen and open up my presentation. So, effects of COVID-19 have been global and across multiple industries. You can see here a map of flight radar right before the pandemic started in Europe and 20 days apart. So you can see pretty clearly that tourism was probably the biggest impacted industry of all, because 20 days apart, you can see that many flights have been canceled and airline traffic almost halted due to started curfews and travel restrictions in the start of the pandemics. Of course, time has passed and situation improved right after the first wave and the vaccinations was here. But then, we had the second and now the third waves coming in, and also the new variants, and now the tourism industry did not fully recover. What is going to happen next is going to be very important for the travel industry. So if you take a look at the United Nations World Tourism Organization's World Tourism Barometer, you can see that there was a 72% drop in the first 3 quarters of 2020 compared to the previous year. With COVID-19, there are also some new travel trends that were not here before, or that were here before but were accelerated by the pandemics quite a lot. Checking more stats, you can see that the total GDP contribution of tourism into the world, the global level, was almost halved in 1 year. And also 61.6 million people lost their jobs in the travel industry, which is very, very dramatic. So now let's take a look at the COVID-19 travel trends. 2 years ago, this was not imaginable, but today, when we talk about travel, we are talking about PCR tests, we are talking about masks and social distancing, we are talking about safety precautions when you fly, when you're staying in a hotel or visiting places. And also, we have seen a rise of experiential travel, which were here before, but have been accelerated by the COVID-19. People prefer to be at places where they can perform better social distancing. They don't want to be stuck in closed areas indoors, but they rather prefer open air areas or outdoors where they can protect themselves better from COVID-19. Also, another important trend we have seen has been in the accommodation preferences. People tend to prefer less of big tourism resorts and hotels and more of smaller accommodation places, such as this yurt in this picture, which is very popular, obviously, in the Central Asia. People tend to use more Airbnb options versus 2 years ago, where hotels were more popular. These are some of the trends we have seen with COVID-19. Now, let's take a look at what recovery means for the tourism industry. As I explained, we don't know what is expecting us for sure in the next years. We don't know when travelers will be back for sure. But we know one thing for certain, they will be back. They will be back at one point in time. But the question is not only when they will be back, but what is the travel market going to be like when they will be back? How will they travel? How much, how frequent will they travel? And where will they travel to? Where will they prefer to travel to? I will leave the healthcare and sociological aspects of recovery to the experts, and I'm going to leave all the logistics, accommodation, operations, airline, transportation, services comments to the related experts. I want to comment on the role of marketing in this recovery process. So, destination marketing. Destination marketing has been here for a while, and it is now more important when COVID-19 is now rocking the tourism industry. As you can see, it has a big, very dramatic impact, and what happens next is going to have a lot to do with destination marketing. Think of travelers as consumers of your destination. This is the basics of destination marketing. Changes due to the COVID-19 in consumer behavior apply equally well as a marketing concept to the travelers visiting your destination. Think of what happened during COVID-19. People stayed at their homes. They did many things they used to do physically out there, now at their computers online. They did shopping online. They did their content consumption online. Destination marketing is key to the success of COVID-19 recovery of tourism, and we are going to talk a little bit about it. And destinations with better marketing will surely recover better. That's one thing we know. Let's talk about content marketing, which is my field. This is because this is exactly where content marketing steps in. Destination marketing during the COVID-19 times is a better opportunity and a place where content marketing is quite strong. And I'm going to explain to you why it is so. Marketing world knows for sure that content is the most effective form of marketing in the new world. I'm going to share a few stats in a minute. Content marketing is not new, but we are seeing a new world, a world that has changed in the last 20 years. We now have access 7/24 to internet connection, mobile phones, and social media. We don't have to watch a broadcast anymore, not like a TV, a radio, or a print newspaper. We as consumers now, we can choose which content to consume. We have the option, we have the ability, we have access to a lot of content today versus 20 years ago. Marketing world right now is now adapting to this change. And destinations who have been deploying content marketing will be more effective as they have been in the last few years. But with COVID-19, it's going to be even more important. Let's talk about why. As I explained, with COVID-19, consumer behaviors has been changing to be more digital, to be more online. And consumers also, when it comes to content, they have been more picky after COVID-19. Consumers have been sitting at home using social media, connecting to friends and colleagues over Zoom meetings, right? Just like we are doing right now. In short, they have been using digital communication technology much more than they used to before COVID-19. Consumers now don't want to be interrupted by advertisement. Ads, the advertisements get forgotten in a short time. Also, they are very expensive. Destinations, on the other hand, they are great resources for content. Whatever you do creating content in the travel industry, it mainly comes from a destination. Stories are at a destination. Photographs, videos, they all are based on a destination and what resources it has. Content, you know, in the new marketing world is what the consumer wants. It's what the consumer needs. Now let's take a look at what advertisement does for the consumer. For many years, even before COVID-19, we have observed in the marketing world that consumers want less and less of advertising in front of them. They don't want to see the advertising. They want to see the content more. With COVID-19, as their behavior has been changing, it has been accelerating in form of digital transformation. They have been even pickier in their content selection, and their, let me say, reaction, their negative reaction, their, let me say, allergy to advertisement has even accelerated. You can see from this page fair stats here that more than 500 million people are blocking advertisements on their mobile phones today. The reason? Because they don't want to see advertisement, they want to see content. So this is a very strong message to the marketing world, even in the destination marketing. People simply want to see content. In the tourism world, again, to repeat what I said before, content resides in the destination. Destination is the best source of travel content. And this is a great way to address the COVID-19 impacted traveler or slash potential traveler. And this is using content, not advertising. So another important thing that we observe more strongly with the COVID-19 days era, let me say, consumers care for word of mouth more. Content marketing deploys quite a bit of user-generated content. User-generated content via influencers or via other travelers. That bit now is more valuable than advertising or traditional destination communication. With COVID-19, this is even more important because people are more sensitive about what they hear of a destination. Think of the rules of safety, the pandemic situation in where they will travel, etc. So they value the opinions of not marketing people, but real people that they can trust more and more. This is more important in the COVID-19 era. Now, what do we have to do as destination marketing people? How are we going to address the COVID-19 situation? So the answer to this question can be very long, but for sure there are two goals, two jobs to be done for destination marketing or destination management people. Job number one, touch the hearts of travelers. Touch the hearts of travelers so they will want to come to your destination. They will want to visit your destination. And job number two, make them feel safe about it. And be careful about something. Both can be done best by content marketing. I'm going to explain how. How do we do this? How do we use content marketing to make our destination successful in the post-COVID-19 world? I can give you 3 recommendations to use in your marketing. Since we have short, limited time here, I try to make a very short summary for you that can be useful. Stay on top of your consumers' minds, digitize your communication and touch points, and also watch for competition. Now, let's take a look at them because these are all in the strong suite of content marketing. Stay on top of your consumer minds. This is the typical marketing funnel that marketing people are very familiar with. Any purchase process starts with awareness, and then those potential customers that are aware of the product, in this case your destination, they develop an interest to visiting your destination / buying the product, and then they engage with your product or destination, and finally they do the purchase. In order to attract travelers to your destination, you need to start with awareness. Potential travelers need to be first aware of your destination and what value it proposes to its visitors. Then you will need to turn this awareness into interest to visit your destination. Then the next step would be interaction, collection of information about your destination, market research on how to get there, how much to spend, etc. And finally, the decision to visit this destination. If you take a careful look, in all of these steps, content is your key to success. Marketing with content will be more cost efficient, it will be more effective. Build a comprehensive and human-friendly information base that your potential customers can relate to. Make it likable, make it genuine. Don't make it formal or distant. Make it like a friend talking to a friend. If your website is too formal, it's not going to mean much to the modern consumer today. Make it talking like a friend giving destination advice to another friend. Let your website touch the hearts and minds of your consumers, and spend your marketing dollars very wisely to make your information base, which is like your website, your social media, your news bulletin, anything that holds content, reach out to the right people with the right messages. Then it will bring your long-term success. Number two, digitize your communication and touch points. So there are three concepts here: digital transformation, digitalization, and digitization. Let me make clear which of them means what. Digital transformation, is a new trend, a buzzword in many industries today. What it means in the travel world, especially after COVID-19, is an image of a traveler that makes most travel destinations decisions online, purchases their travel online, and it's a very digital experience when it's come to actual traveling process. Destinations need to translate every information source they have, whether it is brochures, signs, even the experience itself, into digital format. To do proper content marketing, you need to have your information physically in digital form. Then the outer level will be digitalization, which can mean turning the experience of travel into a digital way. You can think of virtual tours, like using virtual reality online or via gadgets, use of augmented reality, as well as booking engines, travel supply chain, everything that is related to the experience of your traveler. It needs to come into a digital format, which we call the digitalization. Then content marketing will be more effective. Because don't forget, your potential travelers have already completed their digital transformation, even if they didn't before COVID-19. With COVID-19 staying at home and using all the Zoom and all the online tools, they completed their transformation process. And now your destination needs to do the same. And this is also what you need for content marketing. Finally, watch for competition. COVID-19 is a thunderstorm. It hit the world, the travel world, very hard and devastated many institutions. Some airliners bankrupted, some hotels closed, some agencies went out of business. But when this storm settles, there will be dust everywhere. Many things will be defined from scratch, and cards will be dealt again in the tourism world. People will be traveling soon. If not this year, it's next year. If not next year, in a few years. But their minds will not be exactly the same as before COVID-19. And this is very important for us marketing people. Destinations who are aware of the upcoming changes will succeed. Others, of course, will lose ground. Watch competing destinations and what they are doing to address the post-COVID-19 tourism picture. You can position your destination very effectively, again, by using content marketing the right way. Because content marketing will give you a strong interaction with your potential visitors, a link between your destination and the hearts and minds of your potential travelers through content. And I can't think of a better way to compete with other destinations and be successful in the post-COVID-19 era. Thank you for listening to me. I will be happy to receive any questions, and this is my contact information. Have a nice convention.